Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is so good to see y'all out there. Give yourself a round of applause. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I do appreciate that, man. Go ahead and give yourself another round of applause. Yep, so it is sealed, signed, sealed, and delivered. Trump will be the 47th president, 45 and 47. 45, 47. Just like Mike Epps said in the movie All About the Benjamins. 45, 47. President Trump's going to be the 47th president. And truth be told, it's not that bad, man. It's not that bad. Um, I know that there's a lot of commentary going on about President Trump, that he is against women, he's a chauvinist, and he's a felon, and he is the worst thing since taxes. He's the worst thing since slavery. As a matter of fact, they're saying that project or proposition 25, I don't even know what it is, that it's gonna set us back 400 years. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. I don't know. But this is what I do know. This is what I do know. The previous 3.5 years, rough on everybody. The economy is trash. Working conditions, trash. The price of groceries, sky high. Mortgage, rent, basic living expenses are through the roof. And somehow you want me to believe that somebody who is connected to the president and the administration who was in charge of running the country, the economy. Somehow we're supposed to believe that we're not going to receive more of the same. And the American people said, no way, no how. We've had enough. No way, no how are we going back, or are we going to continue with this path, the way that things are going on. Now, Kamala Harris, she had a different tone when she first came out, man. When she, 4 years ago, she had a campaign and it was very simple. It wasn't on reproductive rights. I don't know who managed her and who encouraged her to run on reproductive rights. But when the economy is doing, when the people in general are doing bad, when they don't have money in their pocket, when the rent is due, and I don't have enough money to cover my everyday expenses, the last thing I'm thinking about is getting abortion. Hey, I'm not even having enough sex to be thinking about Roe versus Wade. Listen here, I'm too broke to have sex. What you talking about? The women too. This is what's real. The women too. Women are broke, men are broke. Nobody is thinking about having sex. That's the last thing that's on their mind. Just ask around. Read the room. Read the room. when you start asking questions, hey, yo, what's up? You want to do a little something? No, I'm too broke. Hey, can I come through? No, you're too broke. What you doing Friday? Working. What you doing this weekend? Getting overtime. The American people are hurting, and we need more money. Now, I was doing some research, right? And I saw something that was very interesting. I saw something very, very interesting. And it said that Kamala Harris had generated, or she had raised $1 billion. Now that's an accomplishment. Let me tell But let me tell you something, man. You raise $1 billion, people are going to be looking at you sideways, right? Like, what did you do with the money? Like, real talk, what did you do with the money? Okay. Now I'm going to blow this screen up. Hopefully, y'all can see it the way that it comes in on my end. There we go. Great. Now, this was in October 9th, 2024. We're just going to have a conversation because this whole conversation is about pandering to me or pandering to us, pandering to the people. And when I mean the people, black people, because there was a conversation going on, the reason why Barack Obama, he came out and gave the black men a good talking to because we weren't in support of Kamala Harris. And I know one thing about, and then you want to hear about, black men are dusty. The conversation that's been going on for the past 5 years. Black men are dusty, black men are broke, and even on the timelines now, black men, they live with their girlfriends and they have to lean on their girlfriends for food and for gas and for rent, and they're so broke, right? But Kamala Harris could have done something. I'm looking at this number right here. $1 billion been raised by Kamala Harris's campaign, right? $1 billion. That's a lot of money. And I be having this conversation with, my kids, right? And I say, whenever these politicians raise all of this money and they have money in this budget, and I always ask, why don't these politicians just give the money to the people? Okay. Like, look at here. You have $1 billion in the bank. You have 40 million black people in America, 20 million men, 20 million women. If you were to give every black person $1 million in this country, just a million, that's all you need, you're still left with 960 million. Okay? If you were to give every black person in America $1 million apiece, just call it reparations, or you're paying for the vote, whatever kind of terminology you want to use, right? Reprimand, You gave it to them. You figured it out. You put it on the books. They get $1,000 a week for the rest of their life, whatever the case may be. Right? You figure it out. You would still be left with $960 million. Okay? But you didn't do that. Right? You wanted to give them weed and marijuana, and you want to give them 25,000 to be a business owner. Let me tell you something. Every black man and black woman do not want to be a business owner, and that's a fact. Every black person, every person in America do not have a desire to be a business owner. I don't know who told you that. I don't know what made you think that. I have some female friends right now that would tell you they have absolutely no reason. They have no aspirations. They have no purpose in trying to run a business. As a matter of fact, they don't even want to work. They want to live the soft girl life. Okay? 25,000 towards a business, keep it. They don't even want to own a home. There are a lot of women out there that really do want to live in their soft girl era. I know you don't want to hear that, but it's true. And there are some men who are willing to allow their women to live in the soft girl era. Oh, totally different conversation, though. I digress. Paying for these votes. Kamala Harris. You raised $1 billion. I'm just going to read this top line from CNN, man. That's all I'm going to do. Not going to read too much of it. It says Vice President Kamala Harris' political team has raised $1 billion since entering the presidential race in late July. Two sources familiar with the figure told CNN, marking a massive fundraising milestone in her campaign against Donald Trump. Other presidential candidates, along with their political parties, have exceeded the $1 billion mark in the past elections, but Harris has crossed that threshold at a breakneck pace, underscoring how much her ascension to the top of the Democratic Party roughly 2.5 months ago has transformed the finances of this year's White House contest. Now, on the flip side of that, Donald Trump raised roughly $430 million from the Republicans. So 1 billion versus half of that. And I already said, if Ms. Harris would have really pandered to black men, especially black men, don't give us weed. We don't want to be business owners. But if you would have said, black man, we're going to figure out how to put 500K in your bank account. I need your vote. Don't you think black men would have stood there and supported that black woman? If she would have got herself on stage and said, black man, black woman, I'm gonna pay you out of this 1 billion, $1 million to go towards your household. Man, black men would have been falling through the roof to get to her. There wouldn't have been a thing that she couldn't have done wrong for black people. But yet, though, she want to give you marijuana. And I don't even smoke. Most of us, we have jobs, right? To where they say you can't smoke and work here. So that just don't benefit you at all, especially if you have a professional license. They won't allow you to smoke unless you're a private practice. But if you bonded and licensed and you work for, you're an independent contractor, or even if you're a W-9 employee, let me go ahead and get the hair follicle up out of you, man. Go ahead and pee in this cup right quick. So marijuana does us no good. However, if you want to pander to us, black men, if you want to pander to us, the black person, if you want to pander to the black vote, next time you raise $1 billion, go ahead and run that thing over to, go ahead and run that thing, man. $1 million. It's just a drop in the bucket for you. You still got 900 million to go. Let's just say that you blew through 400. You blew through 500. You still got 400 to go. Still. Reparations. Hell, dare I say it, it ain't too late. It's not too late. I know you ain't spent all that money. I know you didn't. In 3 months, let me see, October 9th, hell, it's just the beginning of November. I know you still got at least 100 somewhere stacked up. That'll cover every black person in America today, right now. $1 million, done. 500,000, done. Hell, 250,000, done. Reparations, man. But instead, though, you gave us this right here. Right? He gave us this right here. I mean, she's beautiful too. I like me some Meg Thee Stallion. I like Meg. She's wonderful. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the volume down. I don't know what she was talking about.
Megan Thee Stallion kicked off Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign event in Atlanta, getting the crowd hyped.
We're about to make history with the first female president running for Harris.
She even shared some backstage fun with the VP.
What do you have to say to the American people?
We are not going back.
But she wasn't the only one getting the crowd hyped. They showed off their excitement singing along to Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us.
Boy, they had a good time out there, didn't they?
Another musician who showed up for Kamala.
If y'all don't know me, I go by the name of Quavo.
Quavo, who lost his nephew and Migos partner Takeoff to gun violence, helped introduce Harris to the crowd of 10,000 people.
And you can't understand the struggles of gun violence if you're not in the field or in the heart of it. So one thing I learned about working with Vice President Harris is she always stand on business.
And then it came time for the VP to address the crowd.
Please give it up for Quavo. And Megan.
She even fit a mention of the Atlanta native into her speech.
Donald Trump, on the other hand, has been talking a big game about securing our border, but he does not walk the walk. Or as my friend Quavo would say, He does not walk it like he talks it.
That was pretty good. That was real good. He doesn't walk it the way that he talks. And that was pretty good. But you can't give us rappers, especially when you have $1 billion going. Let's see. I got one from Cardi B. Let's see what Cardi B was talking about.
How you guys doing? I'm nervous. I'm excited. What's up, y'all? One second, guys. 1 second.
She was waiting on that prompter.
Okay. So I don't take lightly the call. Sorry, guys. I'm a little nervous. Guys. I've been waiting for this moment this whole life. My whole life.
Oh, you've been waiting on this moment your whole life. Okay.
I need patience over here. Patience, where are you, girl? I need patience over here.
Okay. Is she reading the prompter? Is that why she's nervous?
So how you guys doing tonight?
Well, there you go.
How you guys doing tonight? Are we ready to make history?
There you go.
Are we ready to make history?
Now she's improvising. That's good.
Are we ready to change these 4 years? No. Are we ready to change the next 8 years? Because we're going to make sure we have Kamala Harris in office for 8 years. Thank you. All right.
They had to give her a phone. Okay.
Thank you for having me. I do not take lightly the call to show up, the call to speak up, the call to deliver a message that's been on my heart for a hot minute now.
USA and freedom.
I took my time writing this speech, so I'm gonna make sure I deliver it right. Because I got something I've been wanting to say for a long time. I've been saying it on Twitter, on my Instagram, and I'm ready to tell it to you now. Y'all ready to listen? All right, now. All right. Just like Kamala Harris, I too have been the underdog. I've been underestimated. My success belittled and discredited. Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. Women have to work 10 times harder, perform 10 times better, and still people question us how we got to the top.
Oh yeah. Okay.
They be like, how she got there? Hold on. Let me warm up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what's going on here.
Something. I can't stand a bully. But just like Kamala, I always stand up to one. All the time, I'm ready for him. Yeah. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I wasn't gonna vote this year. I wasn't. But Kamala Harris joining the race, she changed my mind completely. I did not have faith on any candidates until she joined the race and said the things that I wanted to hear, that I want to see next in this country. All right? I believe in every word that comes out of her mouth. She's passionate, she's compassionate, she shows empathy, and most of all, she is not delusional.
You know what? I am not feeling that speech at all. So that's Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, and Quavo. But this was Kamala Harris, 4 years ago. Around this time 4 years ago, man. Let's see if her talking points have changed since then. Let's see.
Kamala Harris is spending the Thanksgiving holiday in Des Moines.
KCCI chief political reporter Cynthia Fodor was in the kitchen with Harris today for an exclusive one-on-one while the California senator prepared Thanksgiving dinner for her family.
In a house on a tree-lined street with a white picket fence in the middle of Iowa.
Hi. How are you?
We found the senator in front of the stove.
What are you making? This is turkey stock. So I'm doing, I roasted a turkey neck and vegetables.
Kamala Harris stirring the pot.
I just think that one of the best elements of a really good Thanksgiving dinner is really good gravy.
Cooking up cornbread, cranberries, collard greens.
Okay.
Now, I'm looking at that refrigerator. That refrigerator look like it's brand new. It looks like it's barely been used. Okay. Somebody putting on. Is that what they're doing? Let me run this thing back.
Hi. How are you?
We found the senator in front of the stove.
What are you making? This is turkey stock. So I'm doing, I roasted a turkey neck and
Okay, let's see what she got in that cabinet. A little small Tabasco sauce. All right, look like she got some seasoning up there, maybe. I don't know, but the shelf, I don't know. The back that cabinet look kind of empty though. They look like she been shopping today. Okay, let me see. Small little thing of oil. What's that? Vegetable oil, corn oil, canola. Everything pushed to the front of the cabinet. Yeah.
Kamala Harris stirring the pot.
I just think that
That's good writing
one of the
right
best
there.
elements of a really good Thanksgiving dinner is really good gravy.
Cooking up cornbread, cranberries, collard greens.
Okay. Okay.
With an Iowa spice.
I do think of bacon as a spice.
With the Harris family.
All right, y'all see them cabinets up there empty. Putting on a show.
Gathering in the heartland.
Great job.
I'm trying.
She thinks about.
Man, y'all seen them cabinets behind her too? Are they renting that house? Is that an Airbnb? That gotta be an Airbnb. Y'all see these empty cabinets behind her?
About the needs of American families everywhere.
That's why a lot of my priorities are around things like a middle class tax cut or affordable childcare.
Okay.
Or, paying teachers their value.
Now, teachers definitely need a pay raise. If you were to speak to any teacher anywhere in America, especially in the Southeast, they would tell you that they are underpaid, overworked and underpaid. I'll stand with them on that.
Teaching her niece how to cook.
You're not like cutting it, you're just peeling
I
it.
actually, believe it or not, do know how to peel.
She says teachers need a pay raise and wants schools to work with working parents.
What I am proposing is that we give federal funding to local school districts to come up with after school programs so that we can have that day match the work day.
And when the talk around your Thanksgiving table turns to presidential politics.
So here's our table.
Woo, it's beautiful. It looks like Thanksgiving.
There's one thing she hopes you'll say about her.
She is probably the best able to go toe-to-toe with Donald Trump, and that's in the best interest of unifying our country.
Finally, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful to be an American, and, imperfect though we may be, we are an incredible country, and this is a country worth fighting for. And that's why I'm running for president.
Cynthia Fodor, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's.
I think she should have stayed on that path. Right? I really do. Of all the things that she could have done, of all the type of races that she could have ran, that was the one. Right? She should have stayed on, man. I think that was a blown opportunity on her end. But how do you know, right? Like, you don't know. You just kind of going through things, man. Yeah. Where am I? There we go. So what's next, right? What's next moving for Kamala Harris? A reparations ain't off the table. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. There's only 40 million black people in this country. I can't express that enough. There are only 40 million black people in this country. And if you have raised $1 billion, that's a drop in the bucket for you. You can take care of every black person today. That will secure a future for them today. It really could. It'll secure a legacy for their children and children's children. Now, will some of us spend it? Of course, right? Of course, that's good marketing, right? People going to buy houses, a couple of cars, upgrade their lifestyle, sure. And that's their decision, right? But if you really want to pander to the black vote, you raise $1 billion. Make that promise to give every black family $1 million. It won't cost you anything. You will gain the presidential vote next time around, I'm telling you. They'll be out there, rain, sleet, and snow, wherever. Early vote, standing in line campaigning for you because you put your money where your mouth is. Black men love it when you stand on business. Whenever you can stand on business with a black man, like, here you go, black man. Here's 1 million. Here's 500,000. Here you go. Here's reparations, man. It's coming out of my budget. We're going to tweak it somehow. We're going to word it. You know, get through the red tape. Make it make sense on the books so that I won't get in trouble, so you won't get in trouble. And I want to prove to you that I'm about black men and black people. And I ain't just talking it, I'm walking it. So pander to me. Pander to me. Pay for the black vote. Reparations ain't off the table. You still got one. You still got a Billy. You still got 500 million. I don't care what you say. You still got it. And we'll be glad to vote you on in there. Hell, we'll do your damn yard and wash your cars too. We'll be of great service to you, man. We really would. That's all I got for now, man. I just want to report on that. Pander to me. Y'all let me know what y'all think. If she can pay for your vote, $1 million would suffice. I just want to hear your comments. Let me know what you think, man. This is your boy, Big Money Trucker. I'm just having some fun tonight, man. Just talking it up, man. Until next time, dog. Peace.